Most logos are generic, and it's because of one simple reason. They just use the same icons over and over again, and everyone's like copying each other, and they're not trying to stand out. Most businesses in the niche is just using the same icons over and over again. So to position yourself in a way where you need to stand out, you can't think of cliche ideas and overused ideas. And in this video, we'll be covering the main problems and how to overcome it so that you don't have this issue in your business. So I'm pretty sure you already know these brands and all these logos. If not all of them, most of them, like the Nike logo, Apple logo, Amazon, the X or old Twitter, which is called X now, the Spotify logo, Meta, Google, Target, Mercedes, PlayStation, Windows, and Pinterest. And if you look at these logos, instantly you know what they are without any names or the label, because they have put this in place in a simple way where you don't need to look at the name. And we'll be covering what makes them iconic and what you can implement for your business to do the same thing. So what makes it work? Paul Rand is a designer for IBM, ABC, and UPS, and he put this into 5 categories. So if your logo has these 5 categories, then you can position yourself in a way where you have a iconic logo and it works really well. So this is how you validate the logo process and your branding. So number 1 is simplicity. Number 2 is being distinctive. Number 3, timeless. 4 is versatile. 5 is meaningful. So we'll be covering each of these ones in more detail, but this is the 5 pillars that it comes down to. So number 1 is keeping it simple. You can see the Apple and the Nike logo, and even like a 7-year-old can draw it from memory because it's so simple. And a unique logo and a very impactful, iconic logo is something that's extremely simple and you can recognize it instantly. If you could take the leaf away from Apple, it's no longer recognizable. So this is as minimal as it could possibly be, and it's instantly recognized by millions of people. So moving on, principle number 2 is being distinctive. So having a logo with a meaning that's hidden within the idea sometimes works really well because it sparks an emotion and it shows your brand you've actually sat down and thought about it properly. It's not overcomplicated. It's something really simple and like something that is cleverly put into your logo without compromising a lot of the shape. So here are 2 examples of this. You have the FedEx logo with a arrow hidden in the negative space of the E and the X, and it's done in such a clever way which they haven't really compromised the way it reads, and it serves double purpose. It's a transport company and it shows motion and moving in the right direction, forward direction. So this is really cleverly done. Same thing with the Amazon logo. They have everything from A to Z, and they prioritize customer service and keeping the customers happy, which is here implemented in this logo with the A to Z and also forming a smile. Make sure that you spend the extra time to think of something, what values your business brings, so that you can implement these into your concept and your idea. This is what makes it iconic, and this is what makes you stand out from your competitors. Moving on to number 3, a logo needs to be timeless. So it's not about following trends and following something that's good today and is gone tomorrow. It's having something in place that like can last you for many, many years to come. Having a custom type, for example, the Coca-Cola logo was made 140 years ago and it still stayed exactly the same because it's just timeless. Everything flows so well. Instantly, when you look at it, it's custom made. You can recognize what it is instantly. So they just kept it exactly the same, and making a logo timeless is a really good thing to do so that you don't constantly need to rebuild and reshape your logo all over again every few years because you're following a trend. Your logo needs to be versatile and it needs to work in every form for your branding. So like going back to the Apple logo, you could see it works really small and it works on a billboard as well. If your logo doesn't look recognizable when you scale it down, then you need to do some work where maybe it's too complicated. You need to simplify it a little bit more, because if you scale down the Apple logo, for example, here, you'll still recognize it's the Apple logo. So make sure that it's not too complicated and it's simple. And you could take some other stuff away to simplify it. So you can make it smaller and larger, and it works in every different size. Moving on to point number 5, your logo needs to be meaningful, thought through, and needs to tell like a hidden story behind it. Because most of the logos that like have a great impact is something that is like thought through and really simple and thought through. It's clever and it is identifies with something else. So, for example, if someone sparks an emotion when they see it, they'll be excited to tell their friends and spread the word to see if they see it, like the FedEx logo or the Amazon logo, or even the bite in Apple to show the first Apple computer that was made with the size and the memory. So that is the 5 principles that you need to keep in mind for coming up with your concept. And if it ticks these boxes, then you can validate that logo and the concept to be memorable. The difference is generic designs blend in and iconic designs stand out. So you have to position yourself different from the rest of the market. Just take that extra time and come up with something unique. The key takeaway from this video is iconic isn't really expensive. It's just intentional, like having everything in the icon with an intention, with a clear goal in mind. So having an icon that stands for something doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It could be just 1 or 2 meanings that like shows your key principle in your brand and your business. And that's all it needs to be. It doesn't have to be like the best idea you could possibly come up with or anything like that. It just needs to be unique, thought through, and needs to stand out. So just ask yourself, is your logo simple? Is your logo distinctive, timeless, versatile, and does it have any meaning behind it? If it falls into these categories, then you have something great on your hands. And that's all you need to worry about. If you want a logo that stands out, feel free to book a call with me, like a 30-minute call where I sit down and we can review your current branding and your business, and I will see if I can help you in any way possible. Click the first link in the bio and I will be more than happy to help you out. Thank you guys for watching my video. Till next time.